So now, as promised, we're going to go over your perfect customers within your business. The traits of a perfect client for your junk removal service are going to include the people that are able to pay on time. As you grow and get more into commercial work, you will have to potentially deal with 15 or 50, what's the word? Net 30s or net 15s, net 30s, net 60s. That means that you may have to wait up to 15 days, 30 days, or 60 days in order to get paid. Some companies even do net 90, which, that can be on a larger scale. When you're first getting into junk removal, though, you're going to need to get paid instantly in order to keep your funds rolling unless you already have a bankroll saved up. So it's important to keep that in mind. You definitely don't want to be doing tons of commercial work right out the gate and have no cash flow to where you can't pay your bills. Paying your bills comes first, otherwise you will go bankrupt. So, traits of a perfect client for junk removal are going to be their ability to pay on time, a fair price for the services rendered, meaning they're not trying to wiggle you down. They understand the work that you're doing. They value you as a vendor within, a vendor or a service, depending on if you're doing residential or commercial. And at the end of the day, even with commercial or residential, these are partnerships that you are creating with that client. So you do not want to be trying to gouge them, getting the most you can just because. And you also don't want to be doing this for pennies, and you definitely don't want to be doing this for free, like I know some of you scrapyard junkies are out there doing, which is honestly killing our industry. So it doesn't matter if it's scrap metal or what you're removing, you charge no matter what, and you need to charge professionally and accurately. And that is why above, and we will go over it again, how to properly bid jobs and how to figure out pricing. So the next one would be a recurring customer who hires your services multiple times throughout the year, especially if you're able to get these contracts. Even if they're contracts with realtors, you're able to count and project in the future on money that's going to be coming in because they're constantly using you. And it's amazing to be able to get these customers on contract so that you are the only junk removal company that they do use. And again, you can always add services such as light demolition, dumpster management, which would be cleaning up dumpsters at retail stores, which can be a big moneymaker, renting dumpsters, and many other different projects that you can add or services that you can add to your business to continue getting that cash flow coming in and also build these great relationships with potential clients. Now, these characteristics are obviously going to ensure a mutually beneficial relationship and contribute to the success of your business, as I just explained. So here is your perfect customer list. Feel free to screenshot this or write this down. And so your perfect clients include real estate agents and investors and property managers. I kind of would compare all these as one. Property managers are going to, mainly be taking care of apartment complexes as well. And also other big properties that they're going to need regular junk removal service for. And this includes retail stores and stuff like that. Real estate agents can also be property managers, but real estate agents and investors, people who are constantly selling houses, flipping homes on a regular basis, whether they're gutting them completely out and they need you to do the light demolition inside so that they can fix and flip the house, remove all the junk, whether it's construction debris or just a hoarder home that they need to get fully cleaned out so then they can see what they want to do with the property after the fact. Building these great relationships are going to be a big moneymaker because hoarder house cleanouts can be just a big moneymaker. You can make a lot of money with it. Apartment complexes, again, can be under management by property managers, but getting these consistent contracts with these complexes is going to be key, mainly because a lot of these big complexes have bulky item sections where obviously you can't throw mattresses, appliances, other big bulky things, certain furnitures, desks, drawers, whatever the case is, into the dumpster or the compactor. It's not going to fit, or it's going to fill it up and you're going to get fined, or the resident would get fined for doing such a thing. This is why a lot of the apartment complexes do have bulky item pickup sections, and you can definitely get yourself in there and be on a recurring monthly or even bi-weekly, depending on how fast they need it done, depending on their turn, how big the property is, how many people live there. Some apartment complexes might even have multiple bulky areas. Retirement homes, same way. I mean, people do die, and so they need to get that stuff cleaned out. They're not just going to hold on to it forever. Banks are going to deal with also homes that get foreclosed on. And because they get foreclosed on, a lot of the people that are getting foreclosed on will not take all their stuff, especially if they don't really have anywhere to go, and they will leave it almost as if it is a hoarder house, and the whole property will need to be cleared out. City code enforcement, one of our first jobs that we did in junk removal was a 10-acre hoarder or homeless encampment that we cleaned out, and it was just a great relationship. We're still working with the city today. We actually just did a homeless encampment about 2 weeks ago up on one of our main streets, because that's what homeless people do, and they go into the woods, normally in areas close to the city, and they trash it up. And if you build these good relationships, the code enforcement will call you, and you'll be able to get some nice jobs by cleaning out the forest, cleaning it up, and it's great marketing. We have had several posts in Facebook market groups go viral because people love to see the transition of what it was and what it becomes, and also they're very thankful for you keeping the city clean, especially in nicer areas. Contractors, of course, contractors might also be investors doing fix and flips, but people that are constantly doing remodels, fixing and flipping homes, doing construction work, whether it's roofing or mold or fire damage remediation, water damage remediation, stuff like that. If you're able to get good relationships with these people and they call you on a consistent basis, you can stay extremely busy with just this list of people, throughout the entire year, and really start scaling your company. Attorneys are also going to deal with estate sales and property management when it comes to people that have wills and they do die. If someone dies and there's nobody left to take the stuff or nobody wants the stuff, the attorneys do have to manage getting everything cleared out. And then that falls into the estate sale companies. Sometimes attorneys will call and have estate sale companies do an estate sale. Sometimes attorneys will just have you clear out everything, but you can get in contact with these estate sale companies. And then for anything that doesn't sell, if they don't have people that already do it, or even you can wiggle your way in there by building a good relationship, you can be the people that they call. Once they do have the estate sale, whatever's left does need to go, so then the attorney can go on with selling the house and getting everything settled within the will. Storage units are great. People always store tons of shit that they don't need, especially in this day and age. People will store stuff that they don't even know for a year, 2 years, and they don't even know what's in there. And the next thing you know, they're like, why am I buying or holding on to this crap, paying, $2, $3, $5 a year with a stupid storage unit that I don't even use, I don't even go into. And so you can get hired by residential people who own their own storage unit, and also build relationships with storage units when people just stop paying and because they don't care what's in it. And then you're able to get these contracts. They call you and you go in and clean the storage units up for them. Grocery stores and shopping centers are going to go hand in hand because, again, those have to do with dumpster management overflow for the most part, or bulky overflowing of trash if they just get too much inventory in a week or 2 week period, maybe a month period, and it won't fit in the dumpster. Getting these contracts is great because then they'll call you to go ahead and get all that stuff gone so the whole dumpster area looks cleaned up. As well as people illegally dumping. If you're in an area where that happens frequently, which we are in bigger cities, it is going to happen more frequently, where people just go to dumpsters and throw a whole bunch of crap in there that shouldn't be in there. And in order to keep it nice and neat, and not be fined by even big companies like Waste Management, they do need to have those cleaned out because only certain trash should be going into a dumpster. And so mattresses, furniture, couches, whatever, obviously doesn't really fit, and people will still throw that stuff in a dumpster. So it's important to go ahead and reach out to as many shopping centers and grocery stores as you can, and you can definitely get recurring contracts on a weekly, bi-weekly, or even monthly basis, cleaning out and making these shopping centers look great all around, in the dumpster and around the dumpster, so everything is cleaned up professionally. So again, take a picture of this, screenshot it, whatever you want to do, write it down. These are the people that you want to build a list within your community and get in contact with as many of these people on as many of these lists that are decision makers that you can build a relationship with, get them to know you, you get to know them, and start getting money flowing your way. We'll see you on the next video.